Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with your adorable boy Bandit and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Bandit's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. We're using a regular slip collar, and he's going to come home with his very own collar, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, Bandit is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking without pulling or dragging you, and the command is Bandit heel.
Bandit heel.
Now at this point, Bandit has a little job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when you're walking him. He shouldn't be dragging you down the street. He should be walking nicely beside you. If you turn, he should turn. He should be focused on you and where you're going. And each time that you stop your feet, Bandit's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. And when I tell you that this is hard work with a French Bulldog, I've owned 3 in my life. They're not bred to do obedience, and he has done a really, really good job. All those nice automatic sits, so if you're stopping to talk to someone, stopping to cross the street, he should be sitting nicely at your left and waiting for his next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command. It's a one-word firm stay. The long sit-stay, when you're practicing at home, you're going to start out at about 15 to 20 seconds and go all the way up to a couple of minutes. When Rich returns back to him, this is the hard part. He walks all the way around him, returning all the way back around to where they started, and Bandit sat there and waited for Rich to give him another command. And they go back to heeling again. Nice leash walking is a great tool no matter what size your dog is. And he's doing that very, very nicely. Rich leaves him in another sit-stay. He backs away from him to give him space, and this is teaching him self-control. Now, meanwhile, leaves are falling like rain here. And this time, Rich is going to call him, which is your come on command. So it's Bandit come, happy tone. He comes right in front and sits, and look at that focus. He's looking right up at Rich, paying close attention, and this is what we want. We want that eye contact. Focus on me, not on everything else that's going on around you. He's been such a pleasure to have. He's a nice boy. Rich will leave him again in another sit-stay because he wants to demonstrate the recall again. So you use his name, you lighten your tone, and he comes right in. You use your leash as a little bit of a guide for him, and then he goes back around to heel and back sitting. What a good boy, and he gets a good pat for praise. We try not to use food with puppy training. We haven't used food with him, so he's not constantly looking for a treat. He wants praise for a good job. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay when you're practicing at home is you're going to start out at about 30 seconds and work up to several minutes. Rich is telling him no because he's sniffing, and sniffing is always a prelude to getting up. When Rich returned back to him, he walked all the way back around to heel position, and Bandit has been taught that at heel position you're going to get another command, and Rich tells him to heel, and he gets up and starts to walk with him. And everyone in the family can participate in this. The more people who practice with him and the more often you practice, the better he's going to be.
Stay.
That was a nice down. And this helps to develop his self-control and his maturity. And this time Rich will call him out of that down. Comes right in and sits, and then he goes back to heel and back sitting. What a good boy. Now the very last exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is going to be your down from a distance. So with the dog seated at your left, you leave him in a sit stay and you turn to face him. Don't go too far away in the beginning. Rich is going to use his right hand to give the command, and he goes down from a distance. Very, very nice. So we've demonstrated for you all the formal obedience commands that Bandit has learned while he's been here. He has done a fabulous job. You're going to get a chance to have hands-on practice working with him tomorrow when you come to pick him up. We will also have a packet of information for you that I'll go over with you regarding crate training, feeding schedule, all of those things. We've enjoyed every minute of having Bandit, and we want to thank you again for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.